I'm logged into the data integrity suite, and my first step is to get my customer information into a common place where my analytics team can access it. But before we do that, we need to make sure that we're connected to our data sources within ABC Global. And so I'm going to use our connections panel here within the suite. And the great thing about this connections page is that it has a single place to manage all connections across all services within the data integrity suite. And adding a connection is really easy. We have over 100 scheduled data replication connections that I can browse and search for over here. And I also see existing connections that I've set up before in the past. The great thing about these connections is that I can also use this opportunity to catalog the data as it exists within these sources. And so data users and different business stakeholders that might not have access directly to the data sources, I can catalog this data, and then that data gets propagated and is available within the suite's data catalog. But now that I have my connections established within the sources here at ABC Global, I can build my data pipeline to get the customer information that we have into a common place. And here I have an option to use mainframe replication if I have mainframe sources, or use continuous replication for streaming use cases, or scheduled replication, which is what I'll choose here if I'm interested more in setting up a schedule on when I want to replicate this data between a source and a target. And setting up these pipelines is really easy. All I need to do is give it a name. And as I go to the next page, I can choose from the source connection in the target that was already set up as a part of the connections page that we saw earlier. And then on my last page here, I can see the schema, tables, and columns that are available within the source. And so this lets me know exactly what I'm going to replicate. In this case, this is a customer table with some column entries here within our SQL environment. As I go to finish this pipeline, this is going to auto-catalog the data that will be available in our data catalog. So by clicking on the catalog, as a business user or really any stakeholder here at ABC Global, I can search for this information and get a whole host of metadata that has been automatically identified and curated as a part of the suite's cataloging process. I'm also presented with a sample quality view over here to the right that starts to let me know what's the trustworthiness and the health and the efficacy of this data so that I can begin to work with it from here.